You hear it first when you're alone, the sound of ticking dots slow, relentless, inside your walls, inside your head. But when you search for the clock, there is none. Do you feel that? The slight vibration of the ground beneath your feet, the steady beat of blood against your own bones. That's it. You know the sound. You hear it often. And now I hear it too, don't I? Thanks to you. In the late 1800s, the village of Harlow was small, quiet and forgettable. Its cobblestone streets wound between crooked houses, and its people lived as if centuries had never passed them by. But at the edge of town stood the workshop of Elias Krane, the clockmaker. He was a man of genius and obsession, one who believed time was not merely something to measure, but something to command. He never married, never spoke to neighbors, and rarely emerged except to deliver his strange, ornate clocks to those who could afford them. Then came the year of the tower. At the village center, Krane erected a clock unlike any seen before. Its spire scraped the clouds, and the brass pendulum beneath the face swayed like a heartbeat. It was said he worked on it for years in isolation, forging its pieces in silence, never allowing anyone inside. When it struck for the first time, the villagers cheered. They believed they had been given a marvel of craft, a symbol of pride. But within days, strange things began. Time shifted. At first it was subtle. Farmers swore the sun lingered too long on the horizon. Children complained their birthdays never arrived. The village priest claimed his evening prayers stretched into mornings. And always, everywhere, there was the ticking. It was not just from the tower, but from inside houses, from beneath beds, even from within walls. At night, villagers woke gasping to find their own hearts beating in perfect rhythm with the clock's pendulum. When they begged Krane to explain, he simply muttered, "Time must be kept. Time must be fed." And then he locked his door. The first disappearance came a week later. A boy, no older than 10, simply vanished on his way to fetch water. His bucket was found still swinging at the well. No footprints, no struggle. Only the faint echo of ticking nearby. More followed. A woman, an old man. 3 workers at the mill, all gone, devoured by silence between the chimes. The villagers, terrified, finally stormed Krane's workshop. They broke the locks, tore open the doors, and descended into the dim chamber where he kept his unfinished creations. They expected gears, cogs, metal. What they found were clocks filled with faces, tiny, pale, human faces pressed behind glass panels, their mouths frozen open in eternal screams. The gears were not gears at all, but teeth, grinding against one another in endless motion. Each vanished villager had become part of the machinery. The mob dragged Krane into the square, demanding answers. He only smiled, his voice a rasp like sand through an hourglass. "Time is not measured," he whispered. "It is taken, and I am only its servant." Before they could hang him, the tower clock struck midnight. The sound was deafening, shaking the ground. Villagers clutched their ears, crying out in pain as the pendulum swung faster, faster, until the very night seemed to repeat itself. Stars reversed across the sky. Candles burned. Backward. Screams echoed twice. When it ended, Elias Krane was gone. The rope around his neck had turned to ash, and the villagers, though alive, would never be free again. To this day, travelers say if you pass through the ruins of Harlow, you will hear it, the ticking. The clock tower is gone, its stones scattered and rotted, but the sound persists. Locals swear that if you smash one of the abandoned clocks still found in cottages, you will see the faces trapped within. Sometimes they still move, their mouths opening and closing, begging to be released. And sometimes, when the air is still, the hands of those clocks move on their own, backward, dragging you with them. So, if you ever find yourself in a quiet place, and you hear ticking when no clock exists, don't follow it, don't search for it, and never, ever look too closely into the face of a clock, because what stares back might be human, or what's left of one, and time always hungers. Once you hear the ticking, you're already part of it.